Hello, and welcome to Unlocking Real Estate, My First Commission. I'm your host, Tina Lapp, Head of Industry Relations and Career Excellence for Calibri Real Estate. I've been in real estate education for over 30 years, helping individuals enter and thrive in their real estate careers.
Welcome to Unlocking Real Estate, My First Commission, where we dive into real stories, big wins, and early lessons learned from highly successful rookie real estate agents and brokers. This is the series where we explore how real estate transforms lives, one home at a time, by sitting down each week with a new agent or broker who has found incredible success in their first year. Your hosts are instructors and leaders at Calibri Real Estate School, one of the largest real estate educators in the nation, where we focus on helping people like you get started or find continued success in their careers.
From almost 2 decades in construction to real estate professional, Evan Russell took the real estate industry by storm, closing 15 transactions his first year and never looking back. He's managing a family, growing his business, and getting involved in his community. Evan's passion for real estate shines through. He's on fire and having fun. Stick with us to hear his story. I'm here today with Evan Russell. Evan, thanks for being here. Will you take a moment to introduce yourself, where you live, and a little bit about your company?
I am Evan Russell. I live in Windsor, Vermont, and I work for Real Broker, LLC, or just Real.
Wonderful. And Evan, what were you doing before you got into real estate?
I was, I did a bunch of different things,
Yeah,
mostly in and out of construction for 15 to 20 years.
yeah.
And I really, but we can get into that. I learned a lot from different
Yeah.
various things that I've learned.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So you were in construction, in and out, couple of decades almost. How'd you make the decision to start a career in real estate? Like, what inspired you?
I mean, well, honestly, because I'm just honest,
Yeah.
I sat down and I thought to myself, well, it kind of goes, I guess I should back it up, preface it a little bit.
Okay.
I crushed 4 discs in my back.
Oh,
So I said,
goodness.
okay, I can't do this anymore long term.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to do something that I love. So I love helping people and I love going into different houses and looking at houses.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what about real estate? So pivot that way. And I pivoted that way and it worked out. I love it. So
Yeah. It's a big change to make though, and I'm so sorry about your back but it's things like that and trauma in our lives that sort of force us to rethink things, and you rethought it and found a great career. So, it sounds like that was the moment that you pivoted and decided to make the change, huh?
yeah, it was that and like having our daughter. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I gotta, you've got to provide for your family
Mhm.
and, you can't do this. Obviously, I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but like, you can't do that long term. So
Yeah.
do something else,
Yeah.
learn through
And
adversity.
when did you have your baby?
Uh, she is 2 years and 4 months. So,
Yeah.
October 7th of 2023, a day before my own birthday.
Oh,
So I got
nice.
a forever birthday present.
Yes, I love that. And when did you get your license?
I got my license during that time.
Yeah, that's
So
what I
before
thought.
my daughter or well, just after my daughter was born, actually.
Wow.
So I was working and doing real estate school and taking care of my wife and daughter.
Oh my gosh. So let's talk through that a little bit. How in the world did you you're working, you've got a baby, you're taking classes. Did you do them in person, online? How'd you do it?
I did it online because that was what worked best for me
Yeah,
through my
I get that.
schedule, and it was at night. It was during the nighttime. So it was staying up late and studying and getting it done as quickly as possible
Yeah.
and just putting your head down and, you know,
Yeah.
Just getting it done.
Getting it done, highly motivated, it sounds
Yes.
like, and so it sounds like you also didn't get much sleep during that time.
Oh god, no. No. Like, that was sleep? What's that? I mean,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So how long did it take for you to complete your courses?
took me 2 months,
Yeah.
so I just
And you
did it.
just hunkered down for
Yep.
2 months, and I'm sure the biggest challenge was just balancing everything.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, 'cause,
Yeah.
having a you I give it my hats off to you women that have kids, 'cause, they go through it, and I'm there to just support, and I was there to support my wife and take care of my
Yeah.
daughter while
Yeah.
she was healing, and it was a lot to balance. It was just, not to say that just take a deep breath, you
Yeah.
know?
So oh my gosh. So here you are, you get your real estate license. Were you still continuing to work another job during the first couple of months, weeks?
No, I was
Went full in.
fortunate enough that my, supervisor I gave him a month's heads up, saying I was
Mhm.
doing this, and I just went both feet right into it.
Yeah, both feet in. So what were your expectations going into your first year?
My expectations were that as far as, like, what I needed to make was what I was making at my current job.
Yeah.
That was my expectation.
Yeah.
So anything other than that was bonus. So,
Mhm.
I didn't that was the only expectation. Other than that, I
Mhm.
knew I was gonna have a learning curve on that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And it takes some time to learn the business for sure. How long after you were licensed did you close your first transaction? Did it take a while?
3 months, and
Not bad.
it was if you wanna go into that,
I do. Let's do
that
it.
was an interesting first transaction. It was just a little piece of land, that had a bunch of, I guess you could equate it to a junkyard. So it had a
Okay.
bunch of cars on it.
Mhm.
It was great. It was fine. It was fine until my buyer decided that he was going to take some cars off the property before it was closed. So I said,
Oh.
"You can't do that." I said, "You gotta bring those back until you own the
Eh,
property." "Oh, I didn't know
yeah.
that." Well, we got it all it was fine, but it was just kind of one of those things where you gotta put the guardrails up.
Yeah. Anything can happen in real estate transactions. I'm sure you've learned. Yeah. Oh my
That was a
gosh.
good learning experience.
Oh, I bet. I bet. So how did you, when you first got licensed, how did you establish credibility? Like, how did you, because you're new to the business, you don't know it. Like, was that ever, or was it never really an issue for you?
I think credibility comes with time, and
Yeah.
you have to just it's a repetitive motion thing, and you build it, and you work, and you treat people a human to human interaction,
Yeah.
and that builds your credibility better than any other BS that goes on, right?
Yeah.
It's really like a word of mouth thing in this
Yeah.
industry is what I'm finding.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you got started, how'd you find your first client or clients after that? Like, talk us a little bit about how you got started.
Okay, so I joined a team because that
Mhm.
was the best option for me at the time,
Yeah.
was to join
Okay.
a team that provided the leads. So that's how I got my first client, is they
Okay.
provide the leads, in which case that way you build your credibility.
There you
So
go.
you just and then, you find out what works for you doing that motion, doing that repetitive motion.
Yeah. And how did that work out? Like, did the team work out for you? Were you getting the support you needed? Um, when did you really hit your stride?
I hit my stride I actually hit my stride, like, after the team. After my first year, I got done,
Okay.
I hit my stride, and I just learned, what works and what doesn't.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, it was learning really, that first year is just learning the ropes. Learning the
Learning.
ropes and then learning what works for you, because not what works for one person may not work for you. So, it's just
So true. Yep,
You
so
just kind of
true. So share some of that. What are some of the things that worked for you?
what worked well, I mean, it was hmm, let me think about this for a second.
Yeah.
What worked for me was honestly, what worked for me is getting rid of the scripts, right? Like you get started
There
and
you
they
go.
really kind of like you gotta do scripts and then once you do it enough, you find out what honestly really works is just a human to human interaction. Just talking to people,
Yeah.
get in front of people, talking to them, listening to their needs. That is what I found that works the best. And what didn't work was, being kind of constrained in a box, so to speak. It was
Yeah.
like having that freedom to make little mistakes, which is
Yeah.
okay,
Mhm.
and then learning from them and moving on.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it is. I mean, there's no doubt real estate is a people business, and being able to have those communications and um, get comfortable with them and let them get comfortable with you, right? So, how'd you market yourself? What marketing did you do, if anything?
Nothing, because the team took care of the marketing because you're a part
Yeah,
of the team, so they market it that way, which now being in my 3rd year is more of like the marketing standpoint,
yeah,
it was the really, I guess my marketing was just me as a person.
yeah.
You
Okay,
you're marketing yourself.
yeah. And how has that changed from what you do today? What's working for you and your marketing today?
Um, just showing people you're human. It doesn't have to be like social media. Social
Hmm.
media and just showing that it's not all real estate. It's being a dad, it's being a husband, it's just being a person, just getting on, Facebook shorts and building, because I've been building some custom cabinets. So doing that and just
Okay.
showing that process and really that works vastly better than trying to cram real estate down somebody's throat every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, you're just making yourself relatable to individuals, it sounds like.
Well, I mean, I think I'm relatable to a lot of people. just
Yeah,
just
yeah,
being a normal human being, right?
yeah, yeah. Have you ever done, like, mailers or door knocking or community events or anything like that that's worked for you or not really?
So I am pretty deep in my community. I'm a part of the local hunters club
Yeah,
that we get together every month. I donate to our local recreation center.
yeah,
Just enveloping yourself in the community and just
yeah,
getting out there. Going to your local coffee shop.
yeah,
That
yeah. And thanks for sharing that because I think it's so important for people. Our listeners are thinking about a career in real estate or maybe recently got licensed and, looking for how to get started and inspiration. And so that involvement, it sounds like, has really paid off for you.
Yeah, for people that are looking to get into it it's like if I were to do it again, I guess, to kind of
Yeah.
fast forward,
Hmm.
it would be surround yourself with good people and
Yeah.
surround yourself with successful people that are doing things that are working.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that would be and really getting involved in your community.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
that's
huge.
that is humongous in doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And so, what about like when people are thinking about getting started and looking for a company, what should they be thinking about?
They should be thinking about, like, what the company can offer you as far as, you go from the initial, like, what are the splits, right? How are the splits?
Hmm.
And finding something that works for you as a person and meeting the people that are involved in it and talking with them about it and seeing if it's just a good fit and
Yeah.
what you can learn, right? What you can learn off of those people and
Hmm.
that they're willing to share what's working for them. That
Yeah.
that is the biggest driver is just interview a bunch of different companies and see which one fits you the best, see what fits your values.
Yeah. Yeah, really important. So, what were some of the biggest challenges for you during your first year in real estate?
The learning curve. There's just a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot to learn
Yeah.
in being comfortable talking to people
Hmm.
and understanding that there's a lot of responsibility in that. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of responsibility. This is if you're a first home buyer, it's one of their biggest transactions that they're going through,
Without a
and that
doubt.
it circles down to how corny it sounds and hallmarky, but it really just it goes back to the human to human interaction and learning
Hmm.
that and just listening.
Hmm.
That was a big challenge because you don't do talking to somebody in the groceries. If I met you in the grocery store, just chit chatting or whatever, and you know, understanding the responsibility was not a huge challenge, but it's really it's a challenge. It's
Hmm.
a learning curve and
Hmm.
understanding the contracts and the disclosures and making sure that your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, and all that
Hmm.
stuff that goes with it. Just
Hmm.
learn your programs, learn your systems.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And keep going. Yeah.
Well, and keep learning. It's not just, oh, I've learned this and I'm done. It's keep
It's
learning. There's always
constant.
new things to learn.
Yeah, there in real estate and everywhere, right? Um, so did you have a mentor or support system that you could lean on when you were going through, your first transactions? I know a lot of people are nervous about that. Like, what if I don't know, I'm on my own? Like, did you have anyone that could help support you?
Yeah, so it was my team lead, which was I was
Yeah.
fortunate enough that she happened to be the listing agent on my first transaction. So
Yeah.
it was kind of um it was good to understand the difference and how to negotiate it when you're on a team, but you're also the other side is your team lead. So it
Yeah.
was good to understand the duties that you have as an agent, but also that she's trying to teach you something at the same time
Mhm.
and not cross those paths. So that was a great learning experience on that. And that was honestly that that was probably the best way to go about it.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, that's good to know that you had somebody. How did you build relationships with your clients? Like, you got in touch with somebody. How'd you build them initially, and do you keep them going after the transaction closes?
Oh, absolutely. It does
Yeah.
not. I've met some great people doing this. I remember all of my
Yeah.
clients to the T, what they
Nice.
liked, what their hobbies were. Um, and that first meeting is again just sitting down and talking to them and listening to what their needs are.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and and after the transaction, I mean, like I said, not to beat a dead horse, but I've met great people. I have friends that were once clients now.
Yeah. That's wonderful. It is one of the wonderful things about real estate. You have to like people for sure. Is there a particular client transaction that stands out to you that was particularly touching or something else?
Yeah, my first client was not my first close. She was
Okay.
my first client,
Yeah.
and she was, for all intents and purposes, lost
Yeah.
and just really looking for guidance. And that was really touching to find the house that fit her, that fit her needs. I ended up buying her raspberry bushes because I knew that she loved raspberry and blueberry bushes, and the
Yeah.
property already had blueberry bushes, so I bought her some raspberry bushes, and
Oh,
just seeing the excitement on her face, knowing that I took care of her well.
yeah. Yeah. That's nice. Really, really nice. So, how do you tell me about like how you manage your time? What's a week look like? How do you manage your time? Because it's a lot, right?
So, in my particular instance, morning is calls and heavy thinking, that are going to take up the most mental bandwidth is
Okay.
that first 6 to 8 hours in the morning. Get all make sure you're dotting all your I's, crossing your T's, getting that. And then my afternoons are low mental bandwidth, showings, phone calls,
Mhm.
things of that nature. And
Mhm.
I'm really, because I have OCD, I just rinse and repeat every day, rinse and repeat, just do
Yeah.
the same things.
Yeah.
Consistency will beat out anything every day of the week.
Yeah. And you have a little one at home. So, how do you manage your time between like family time, work time? Are you working 7 days a week or do you block time for yourself? Like people talk about real estate being flexible. Do you find that's the case?
Yes, it is flexible because during the winter times, much slower. So you have more family time, which is good because during the spring and summer and fall months, you're not you're not home as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's honestly just having a partner that understands that
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
blocking, and it's okay to block your time out. I'll get there. Like I work from 8 to 8. After 8 p.m., there's no calls. I let everybody know, I set the expectations to that.
Yeah.
And it's blocking out family time. And Sundays, I work 8 to 12. And then the afternoon, if I can help it, of course, is a family day. It's
Yeah.
so I make sure to block out time for my family.
Yeah. So, what has been the most successful for you in your entire journey? What do you think has led to your success?
Just being real,
Yeah.
just being a real person, just being
Yeah.
honest,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
no sales pitchy, no, none of that. People can see through that stuff. They don't want to be sales pitched.
Yeah.
They'll pick you. Everyone has a different flavor, right? So you might be someone's flavor, you might not be, and just accepting that, right? It's not like trying to beat them down and like use me, use me.
Yeah.
Just if they pick you as a person, there's a reason for it. You two had a
Mhm.
connection, you two got along.
Mhm. Mhm. Do you ever turn a client down?
Oh, absolutely. Like if you get that gut instincts where things aren't sounding right, which just comes with time,
Mhm.
um, it's best to just let them go because if you feel that you're gonna be dragged through the mud on something, it's not. You'll pay for that tenfold versus where you could have helped five other people.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you focus primarily on buyers or sellers or investment or kind of a little bit of everything?
A little bit of everything.
Mhm.
Don't cut your nose off for
Yeah.
one thing. It helps to learn commercial things because commercial is
There
different.
you go.
Helps to
Yeah.
learn investors because investors go well. Commercial and investors go heavily off of EBITDA, which is good
Mhm.
to learn. It's just good to learn.
Yeah.
It strengthens your position as a realtor.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your favorite thing about real estate?
The people.
Yeah.
I am such a
I can
people
tell.
person. I'm such a people watcher. I love people and working with people and getting to know different walks of life of people, life stories of everyone. I mean,
Yeah.
that is by far and honestly, just working the deal, right? Talking with other agents, finding a happy middle ground and just working through it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. I love people too. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's next for you?
Oop, you kind of broke up there a teeny.
Okay. That's okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's next for you?
Just continue to grow. I
Yeah.
see myself in 5 years to be where my SOI is built up and continuing to do the same things, you know,
Yeah.
just rinse and repeat. I mean, how
Yeah.
boring of an answer that is, but it's just like a rinse and repeat. In 5 years, you just hope it to be more solidified in your community and kind of the go to person.
Yeah. I mean, just continuing to build your book of business, it sounds like
Yeah.
because you like what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh,
that's great.
I love what I'm doing. I just don't like what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing.
Love it. That's a beautiful thing when you can love what you're doing and you've got the family and like it sounds like you're in such a good space. So, where do you have any tips or tricks for aspiring real estate agents?
Yeah, listen to the realtors that have been doing this for a very long time. I know that
Yeah.
there's kind of a joke like, I've been doing this for 20 years and but a lot of those agents that have been doing it for a long time, and I say like the cool old ones, the cool old agents that have been doing this a long time, you can learn a lot just by listening to them, and
Mhm.
following their lead, because I think you'll find that a lot of those realtors that have been doing this a long time are the chillest realtors. They've done the trial by fire and learn from experience, right?
Yeah, and it's okay to ask them to shadow them or go to lunch or, learn from those. Yeah, I think that's such a good tip, Evan, really good.
Pick their brain.
Yeah,
Yeah, just pick their brain.
absolutely, absolutely. So, we're gonna dive into our lightning round. 60 seconds or less, first thing that comes to your mind. We're gonna start with, is there a book you've read or a podcast maybe you've listened to that you would recommend to the audience?
Yeah, I have read the, David Goggins book front to back, and the thing that I learned is don't give up no matter how hard it may seem,
Yeah,
because most of the time is what I've learned is when you give up, the success is just the next step. Like, you're
that's
just there.
you're
When it seems like it's
just
the hardest, it's like, okay, when it
that's
gets
when
the
you're the
hardest, in
closest.
my opinion, is like, when you're doing the right things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when you're the closest,
Yeah,
when
that
it's
is
the
when you are
hardest,
the
right?
absolute closest to just
Yeah.
getting there. Just means you're leveling up, right?
Yeah, yeah, like that so much. Evan, if we could go back in time, we had a time machine. You could go back to the day you started this journey. What would you do differently?
Oh, we already touched on that. I would interview a bunch of different brokerages
Yeah.
and find the best fit.
Mhm. Yeah, so important when you surround yourself with the right people. That's when you get the opportunity to soar. And yeah, so you did mention that, and I think that's such an important message. Yeah,
It is, because you need to find people that will support you and that
yeah,
cheer for your success. They're
hmm
your own cheerleaders, right? And
hmm
that's what I found. Shout out to the group of people I found now. We are our own cheerleaders. Every win is everybody's win. So when
yeah.
when one wins, we all win.
That's great. So, and you found it now, so I think that's wonderful. And it sounds like maybe you didn't have that for a time early in your real estate career.
Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
was a journey, that's for sure.
hmm
And I found some.
hmm
I mean, like I said, I have found, honestly, my best friends in this industry doing, like,
Yeah.
working. I get to work with my best friends every day. I
Yeah.
mean, who can honestly say that?
Right, right. It's a great lesson and a great message. If you could have dinner with one person, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I was actually talking with my wife about this because I was reading through, and again, not to be too sappy, but it would be my father-in-law, honestly. I would have dinner with him. He passed away 5 years ago,
I'm
and
sorry.
just seeing where I am now, just in
Yeah.
life in general, I would like to just have sit down and have a conversation with him after having my daughter, you know, or our
Yeah.
daughter, not just my daughter, our daughter,
Yeah.
and just talking with him about all this stuff, all this stuff, and getting his insight. He had great perspective and great insight to things, and I would
Yeah.
love to just sit down, even if it's just a night. Just bring him back for a night and just sit down and have a one-on-one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that, and I'm sure he'd be looking back thinking how proud he is of what you guys are doing and your family and your business, and yeah, that's
I
amazing.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would hope that I would get
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's why I would, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that, and it gave me the
Welcome.
chills, so thank you. Tell us about your day at work yesterday.
My day at work yesterday was a good day. Um, I surprisingly enough, I negotiated a seller for my buyer to hold the mortgage note, which is very rare, which does not
Mhm.
happen very often. And negotiating another deal, which is almost there, but it's always good. And then just having, we went out to lunch with some new agents that we got. So we just had lunch, and I just had just a good day. Every day is a good day, honestly. I'm
Yeah,
gonna After this, I'm gonna go have lunch again with some other work friends of mine. Other work friends, my best friends, that we go
yeah,
and have lunch.
yeah. That's great, and I'm sure there's a little business and a little fun talk while you're there too, right?
There's always learning and always business and like, hey, what's working for you? Is this working for you? No, it's not
Yeah,
working for me.
yeah. And I hope you're getting some delicious meals in the meantime, some good eating some good stuff.
Yeah, I've become such a food snob, my wife would tell you. It's just I like a good steak. I like just the good food and good people and just hanging out
Yeah,
and doing the work and all that, what I can't ask for too much more, Tina, than what I've
yeah.
got.
That's great, and you're socializing, but you're also learning and sharing in the process, and that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world of where I'm at now is a good spot.
Yeah. So, on that note, Evan, where can listeners find you, connect with you, or follow your journey? Is there a social media channel or somewhere else that they can reach out and connect with you?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook
There you go.
because just Evan Russell. Find me and
Mhm.
then real Evan Russell on my Instagram. Just Evan Russell Real. And just
Awesome.
find me there.
That's awesome. Any final insights or words of advice for individuals who are considering a career in real estate?
If you're gonna do it, just both feet. Just if you can, right? Within reason. If you can, just get into it both feet is the best, kind of ripping that Band-Aid off. It's like in or
Mhm.
out and just zip, just do it and just learn. And if it's for you, it's for you. And if not, that's okay too, right? Whoops, excuse me.
Yeah.
Shook you a little bit. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
just if you can, you can. If you can't, if it's not, if it doesn't work out or it's just not for you, it's not for you. And
Yeah.
just accepting that, right? Like,
Yeah, that's great, and thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being candid and sharing some of your stories with us, really touching, and, yeah, best of luck, my friend. I'm excited for your future, and I love that you love what you're doing.
well, thank you for having me. This was great to talk about a lot of the learning curve to it too, because I think people get a misconception of the real estate life. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I can just get it and make easy money. It's not easy. That's the other thing. If you want some quick advice to wrap it up,
Yeah,
it's not easy. You gotta live this life, and it's a
yeah,
life. It's a lifestyle. That's for sure.
yeah. It's a lot of work, but it sounds like it's very fulfilling for you.
It's rewarding. It's
Mhm.
rewarding and fulfilling at the same time.
Yeah, that's a good thing. We all want that. Keep it up, my friend. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Evan.
Thank you, Tina.
Thanks for tuning in to Unlocking Real Estate My First Commission. We hope today's stories and insights inspired you to take that next step in your real estate journey. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode, or head over to our channel to see some of the other content we've produced. We'd also love to hear from you. Drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway or a question for our next guest. If you have a recommendation for someone we should interview, please send a note to unlockingrealestate@colibrirealestate.com.